I'm Charlotte McLeod with investingnews.com, and here today with me is Trevor Bucker, President and CEO of Frontier Lithium. Thank you so much for being here.
No, thanks for having us, Charlotte. Really excited this morning for the company and shareholders and stakeholders around our company. So thanks.
Yes, we're at PDAC the second day. You've got some exciting news, and we're going to go into that. So this morning, Frontier announced a joint venture partnership with Mitsubishi. It's a $90 billion Japanese trading house. So I wonder if you can just start by giving me a quick overview of this deal.
Yeah. So on the deal or transaction, it's really about partnership and laying a pathway to bring the PAC Lithium project to production. So that partnership really is formed first and foremost around Tranche 1, which is an injection of $25 million into Newco, whereby they have received 7.5% ownership. And so that money really allows for expenditures around delivering definitive feasibility for the project, both on Phase 1, mine and mill, Phase 2, downstream refinery, to produce lithium chemicals for the burgeoning battery supply chain in North America. So a lot of excitement, a lot of alignments. They're great people at Mitsubishi Corp. We've known for some time. And yeah, really excited to form that partnership around being leaders in helping to develop the supply chain in North America.
Right, and so I believe it's Mitsubishi's first step into upstream lithium production. So maybe you can talk about why they're taking that step now and what it was about the project that brought them to you.
Yeah, to your earlier points, they're a global conglomerates. They have investments and partnerships, typically minority partnerships, to help co-develop some world-class projects. Everything from base precious metals to, in this case now, industrial minerals. So when you look at some of the projects or investments that Mitsubishi Corp has made, it's really striking is predominantly world-class assets or tier 1 assets. So we're really went through quite an extensive due diligence process, as a part of forming this partnership. So it obviously became evident to Mitsubishi Corp that the quality, great jurisdiction of Ontario, it's the opportunities around the supply chain for their first investment on lithium. So we're really really excited about that, and it's a huge milestone for both companies. But this is really about the formation of Canada's lithium champion in the making. So this develops that pathway again to bring this into production in the future.
Very good. And so you had talked about the structure of this agreement, and there's a $25 million initial payment for a 7.5% interest in Frontier. So maybe we talk about that and what the funding will go towards.
Yeah, so that funding will deliver definitive feasibility for both what we call Phase 1, mine and mill, and Phase 2, refinery to produce lithium hydroxide, which is a key chemical that the battery industry is looking for to basically build high nickel cathode batteries for long range vehicles. So this is obviously, to your earlier question as well, to tie that in, the PAC Lithium project, it maintains a 60 million ton resource. It's still open. We see strong potentials for 100 million tons through 2 open pits, outcropped rate of surface. The grade is 1.5% roughly It's North America's highest grade lithium asset and the highest quality spodumene. So, these are key, this is key anchor resource in the Great Lakes region of North America. So, this is a world-class asset to form such a great partnership with such honorable, straight people at Mitsubishi course. We're just so thrilled.
Very good. And what I noticed, so you've talked about how it's mining and processing, and I wondered if you could talk a little bit more about why that's important in terms of building out Canada's battery metals supply chain.
Yeah, it's a great question. The critical mineral strategy in the country first started in Ontario, later followed up with the federal government. This is strategy is about sustainable development. In the future, it's about realizing the endowment of mineral and resource wealth that we have in Canada. As we go towards decarbonization, it's so important to realize the metals and chemicals required for energy storage. So Canada has such a golden opportunity to become a global leader with the endowment of resources, with resource-rich country, willing, able, with adequate expertise. From an ESG perspective, some of the top ESG profile in the world. This is such a huge opportunity, and one that the government has not taken lightly. In Ontario to date, we've seen approximately $30 billion over the past 2.5 years of investment from global companies related to battery materials, cell production, and auto manufacturing. So what's really critical is to close that loop, and one of the remaining steps for governments and government involvement is to realize and help shepherd the supply of the critical materials for this industry. Enters Canada's lithium champion in the making, Frontier Lithium, with the Pact Lithium projects located in Northern Ontario. So it's a huge responsibility that we don't take lightly. We know that the project will be absolutely transformational for northern Indigenous communities. So it's just a golden opportunity to provide better days ahead for Ontarians, for Canadians, and it's really exciting. So again, we're absolutely thrilled that we formed this partnership with Mitsubishi based on such a world-class asset located right here in Northern Ontario.
Yes, where we are today. Very good. The other point I wanted to pull out about Lithium, so Frontier is retaining 75% of the offtake. So I wondered if you could go into that. So it sounds like you will have more deals to do in the future.
That's a great question. And we're one of the few companies at this stage that have allocated future offtake. What's really important is that we continue to execute and hit key milestones to get to that point. One of the last things that we'll do, and we expect that this will be worked on over the next 12 months, is consider offtake. So yes, if and when Mitsubishi comes through on tranche 2 post FID, that would give them the right to 25% offtake. Recent announcements around, Japanese automakers that are some of the largest producers of vehicles in North America. It's really, really critical components of the industry as a whole. So we've seen recent announcements from Honda, for example, looking to invest up to $15 billion in electric vehicle investments in North America. this joint venture really builds on the memorandum of cooperation that the Canadian government and Japanese governments have recently signed as well. So, this is about leveraging Ontario Canadian assets to continue to add value, beyond the days of mining it and shipping it away to foreign jurisdictions. As Canadians, huge responsibility to leverage that opportunity to increase further investment and again become global players. This partnership really lays that foundation to continue to support Japanese investments and others that we've seen, in particular here in Ontario, again through PowerCo, that's Volkswagen's cell manufacturing company, Stellantis, with their joint venture with LGES in Windsor, and we believe others to come. So it's a strategic resource for Canada now, with strategic partnership around that resource for the benefit of all Canadians.
And are you happy with the valuation that the deal gives you in the short term, in the long term?
Yeah. Absolutely. $25 million. We're coming through a low in some volatility that lithium market has experienced over the years. So $25 million for 7.5%. It's an adequate valuation. That's when we consider current trading of the company, it's quite a premium. Close to 100% premium on stock as it sits right now. But, it's not about Tranche 1. It's really about the formation of the joint venture or a pathway towards Tranche 2 to execute the project. Tranche 2 is really based on the intrinsic value of the asset and some multiple of net asset value. So we totally expect that Tranche 2 option, when exercised by Mitsubishi Corp, will provide all the adequate capital to build, at a minimum, the Phase 1, which is the mining asset, mine and mill. So that is really was really compelling for Frontier. We've done this outside of the PubCo and NewCo. So that's really a non-dilutive form of financing, given the fact that we've experienced lows in the lithium market. So with shareholders in mind, it is minimizing dilution. It was really a good. Really excited about the structure of the deal and the value, despite bad times in the market. When we think about de-risking, we fully expect, again, to be in line with net asset value or intrinsic value of the asset for Tranche 2. So it's a strong deal.
And I think we have to at least touch on what's going on in the lithium market right now. So you've alluded to, last year was a pretty tough year. This year, we don't know what we're going to see this year. So where do you feel we're at? Where do you think the market is going? I know there's a very positive long-term outlook, but, this is a little bit of a tough time.
Yeah. You took the words out of my mouth. The long-term fundamentals are very strong. The movement of internal combustion towards electric vehicles is, I've always referenced it as an evolution, not a revolution. And, since the Great Recession, let's face it, it's been difficult times. When you think about, the investments that have taken place in Ontario in particular, we've seen 20 to 30% of support through grants from both Ontario, provincial, and federal government. So what the transition also is about stimulus. And the stimulus monies towards supporting Canadians. So again, the long-term fundamentals look really strong. We see 3 to 4 time increase in demand by mid 2030s. So currently about 600,000 tons of lithium carbonate equivalent is used globally. You see that getting up to about 3 million tons by roughly 2030, 2032. So, part of the problem is lithium is not a commodity. We have yet, as we're in the infancy or early stages developing supply chain in North America, we have a strong correlation to the Chinese market. We have yet to decouple from that market, which is very opaque. Recently, we've seen a bounce just post-Chinese New Year to lithium chemical pricing. But in the near to medium term, as other assets continue to advance in North America, we see that decoupling taking place, whereby reducing the opaqueness of the market, increasing institutional investment for the benefit of the industry. So we think that we're at the early days of that. We see that taking place in the not-too-distant future. So we've positioned ourselves quite nicely at Frontier Lithium with a world-class asset, huge demand in front of us, and now a great partner to help realize the capital and expertise globally to bring this project forward and help develop Ontario Canadian supply chain here domestically.
Okay, I think that sounds like a great place to wrap it up. I feel like we've gone through the deal. We've looked at the lithium market. Thank you so much for going through all those things with me.
Yeah, thanks so much. Really appreciate it.
Very good. And once again, I'm Charlotte McLeod with investingnews.com, and this is Trevor Walker with Frontier Lithium.